this is what it looks like, since you probably forgot, since no one's talked about this for like 10 years. Alright, so today it is Foundation Friday. This is where I try out a new foundation every single Friday on my channel. Today we're talking about a brand new foundation by JOUER. Every time I say JOUER, it sounds so bougie. This is the JOUER Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. So this is pretty new, came out in the last couple weeks. I ended up getting 2 shades because I actually ordered the shade Shell, which, don't ask me why I did that. It's the 3rd over shade, which... am I ever the 3rd over shade? So I ended up going with this one, got it in the mail, swatched it, and it was way too dark. So then I ended up ordering Alabaster. Alabaster is the lightest shade. There is a shade in between these 2 shades, but I figured I could mix them if one is too dark or one is too light. So that's the shade situation. So this foundation retails for $38, but you only get 0.68 fluid ounces of product, so quite a bit less than a standard fluid ounce, but it is supposed to be high coverage, so maybe you have to use less than you would a normal foundation. So I ended up getting this on Beautylish because I didn't see it on Sephora or anywhere yet. I think it's only on JOUER's website and Beautylish, but I just love the packaging of Beautylish. It's always so exciting getting a package from there because they have the cutest tissue paper and everything. It is just very thrilling. So let's read some of the claims on JOUER's website. So it says it has supreme coverage, lightweight, and long wearing. Creates an impeccable airbrushed matte finish instantly. Simply blah, blah, blah. That's it. So it has chamomile and cucumber extract, hyaluronic acid, which is great if you have dry skin, tripeptide complex, matte, oil-free. It's all the frees. Paraben-free, gluten-free, vegan-friendly, and I believe JOUER is cruelty-free. Let me double check. And JOUER is cruelty-free as well. It comes in 17 shades, but on their website right here, it says more shades coming. So it comes in this super intense, reflective gold box, but the packaging is beautiful. I love this. It has a frosted glass bottle, gold top. I just think it looks really classy and fancy. So that's all of the claims. That was quick and easy. I'm going to insert swatches right here of these 2 shades compared to some of the other foundations I own, just so you can compare. Alright, so swatch time right here. The first 2 shades are the JOUER High Coverage Cream Foundation. The first one is in the lightest shade Alabaster. The second one is in the 3rd to lightest shade, which is Shell. But there is a shade in between these 2. I just don't have it here to swatch. Next over is the Josie Maran Vibrancy Foundation in RG5, Laura Geller Cover Lock in Porcelain, Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110, and Dermacol 208, which is my closest shade match. So if you're excited for this video and you enjoy Foundation Fridays, don't forget to give this a thumbs up so I know. If you're new here, you can join the Bayrito family and subscribe. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Also, don't forget, I'm going to be doing a meetup Sunday, November 19th, 4 p.m. in Spokane, Washington. I will have a link down below. I can't wait to meet you guys. It's going to be so fun. So if you want to know my thoughts on this foundation and how it applies and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. I feel like every time I flash this, I just blind you guys and myself in the viewfinder. Oh, dang it. Definitely haven't wet my sponge yet. BRB. Okay, so we're starting this pretty late today. It's 12/23, November 6th, so I'm currently on day 23 of Accutane. So again, this one isn't super pre-recorded because this is a new foundation that I wanted to get up. The lab test this morning took 2 hours longer than I thought it would, hence why we're starting this in like the middle of the day. So I've already washed, moisturized, and prepped my skin. I'm not priming it. I'm going to show you guys what I've been using while on Accutane. I've been starting to get dry, but I feel like these products before my makeup have been really helping not only the application of my makeup, but just keeping my skin feeling smooth, not getting super dry. I don't really have any major dryness down here, a tiny bit right here, but everywhere else is just pretty normal. I have been getting less oily throughout the day. If you've watched any of my foundation videos, I'm usually combination oily, so I get oily throughout the day. I've been just kind of more normal, which has been really great. I wish it could just stay like that, but I'm probably going to be getting super dry once my dose doubles next month. But anyways, for about the last 5 days, maybe a week, I've been using the Elta MD moisturizer slash sunscreen. Sometimes I'll use this Murad Hydrodynamic Ultimate Moisture. This is really nice underneath makeup. Makes your skin super smooth and soft. Doesn't feel like you have on like a thick moisturizer or anything. And then I'll just kind of like pat on a little bit of the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist over top. This has hyaluronic acid in it. Today I just used these 2 products. I'm not going to be doing half my face with the primer because again, I've just noticed that those work really well for underneath my makeup right now without a primer. So I've only swatched the shade Shell so far. That was a major tongue twister. When I first got it, it looked way dark, so that's why I ended up ordering Alabaster. I'm probably gonna end up mixing these because after I ordered Alabaster, I realized that Alabaster is apparently very, very fair. I don't know, I haven't swatched this yet. I'm gonna give this a shake. Sounds pretty liquidy. Like usual, on half my face, I'm gonna use a brush. Today I'm using this IT Cosmetics Skin Smoothing Complexion Brush, and on the other half, LA Girl Sponge, also really liking that. I'm gonna put a little bit of Alabaster out and see how this shade is on my skin, and so you guys can see. Looks pretty yellow toned. So whenever I put it on, my face is darker and red, so I look at my neck. That might be a little bit light. Yeah, I think I'm gonna mix in a dab of Shell. Shell is way dark, so here's the two next to each other. Ooh, look how runny that is. So I'm mixing about a pump of Alabaster with half a pump of Shell. That's looking like a good shade. Definitely added some peachy pink tones. Yeah, that looks better. Let's go on this side with the mixed shade. Ooh, that looks like a good mix. This is supposed to be really high coverage. I'm gonna start out with a brush on this side. It's matte, but it has that really nice, almost airbrush kind of finish. The finish of this looks really similar to the Catrice drops, liquid coverage drops that I tested during 15 Days of Foundation. Great coverage, definitely full coverage. And the finish of this is looking beautiful, especially for a matte. Sometimes matte foundations can look pretty cakey on my skin. I did a whole video on extreme coverage foundations if you have acne and texture, and in that video I kind of talked about how I usually prefer more dewy foundations just for that reason. I find them to be more flattering on my textured skin, but this is one of those matte foundations that is looking literally airbrushed. Even with the brush, I'm getting no strokes or anything, and that shade I think is pretty dang exact. Whenever I edit back this footage, it looks different on camera than it does in real life, but I try to get the most accurate lighting and everything. I don't have my ring light on right now. I have the 2 windows open. It is a constant work in progress to figure out the best, most accurate lighting, and I don't use filters or any of that shit on my videos. It's kind of pointless. I think I just dipped my elbow in some of that. So far, so freaking good. That is looking bomb. I'm excited right now. Okay, let's try a sponge on the other side. I love the coverage of this. By the way, I'm still working off of that pump and a half, and there's still some left to do the forehead. It seems to dry pretty quick, so I would definitely work in sections with this one. A little bit does go a long way, so you should be able to kind of spread it, but dries pretty quick, like even trying to blend out down here. I feel like this is one of those that you could probably skip concealer with, under eye concealer. Dude, holy shitsies. By the way, I know my ears are red, it's from Hot Packs. Ignore. I've been trying to avoid doing the foundation right around my nose ring because I do have a little bump right there from the makeup, so I'm not gonna bring it right around there. So with both a brush and a sponge, the finish looks pretty identical. The coverage, I got literally the smallest amount better coverage, a little bit better coverage on the brush side, but barely noticeable. It's still definitely full coverage on this side. Applying this again, I would probably go with the brush side just because it looks so freaking flawless. So up close, it looks pretty good on the center of my forehead. I can see my texture right there a bit. It's not like the most plumping smoothing. It doesn't look the best around my nose creases. I'm gonna use a smaller brush that I usually use for concealer and see if I can get just right in there a little bit better. That's better. I have a feeling this is gonna crease around my nose throughout the day, but that works right now. Feels like it's drying down to almost a powder finish. I could definitely blend product on top of here. I'm not gonna powder my face with this. I haven't been using powder at all most days since my skin again is more normal. Right now I love how it looks. So it's 12:41, so we're gonna call it check-in time 12:40. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's now 1:20, so it's been on for about 40 minutes. And it has started to settle a little bit into one of my fine lines up here. I got a shot in natural lighting so you guys can see how it looks, but I still think it looks really beautiful. I touched my face to see if it was set down again after 40 minutes, and I'm still getting a little bit of transfer, so it's not transfer resistant or anything. Not bad around my nose, but this might be one that I would use kind of like a smoothing or pore filling primer up on those areas. Also, Smashbox primer water might look really nice under here. All right, so on the rest of my face, what did I use? I used the Boohoo new bronzer palette. I talked about this in Monday's video. I think this will be going up in the same week. I tried out a bunch of Boohoo makeup, and I've used this a few times actually since filming that video, and I really like this cool tone shade in here. Blush is Max Factor Nude Mauve. I tried out the Physicians Formula Butter highlighter again. I've used this also a few times since I tried this in last week's Foundation Friday video, and I really like this. This is beautiful. It gives you like a subtle, but still you can build this up to really intense. It doesn't overly emphasize my texture. For eyeshadow, I tried out this thing. Who remembers this? This is like throwback YouTube right here. So this is the It Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. This is what it looks like, since you probably forgot, since no one's talked about this for like 10 years. I forgot how easily these shadows blend out, but my eyes are kind of burning right now, so I don't know if it's the shadow or what. Normal mascaras, and then my lips are Ofra Angelus Liquid Lipstick, which is such a pretty pinky nude kind of color. Everything that's on my face is always listed down below in the description box. I usually do a 10-hour wear test, so I'm gonna try and keep this on until 10:40 tonight, which should be fine because I'm gonna be out anyways. I'll see you guys in a few hours. Okay, so right now it's 5 o'clock, so it's been on for a little over 4 hours. Let's take a look. So it's already freaking dark out, like pitch black out. The sun just set 20 minutes ago. I don't know why, but my eyes are like profusely watering today. I don't know if it's that shadow or what. Right now I just am in front of the light softbox thing, by the way, just to get some light going so you guys can see things. It looks a bit more textured actually on my forehead, which is kind of weird. Like it's looked more textured throughout the day. There's a little bit of separation right there, just a tiny bit, and then it's still kind of settling right there on my lines. But my upper lip looks pretty good for me. I usually get more creasing than that. And then I'm getting a little creasing right there. I'm not getting oily. I would say the finish is still matte. It looks a little bit more like satin matte at this point, which I really like. And that is that. So I'm gonna go over to my friend's house right now. We're gonna watch Shameless season premiere. I'm so excited. And then I'll check back in with you guys when I get back here later tonight. Why am I so bright? There we go. Okay, so it's 11 o'clock now. So it's been on for over 10 hours at this point. I just got back home. So here's a look at my face. It looks pretty much almost the same as the last check-in. Compared to what we've all seen my forehead look like at some point with different foundations, this is pretty damn good after over 10 hours. I really like that as the day has continued on, I haven't gotten any major creasing on my upper lip area, around my nose even. It looked like it was gonna be a creaser, but it hasn't gotten worse. I don't think this one has oxidized, which is also a plus. Maybe like a fourth of a shade, literally, just because I don't think my under eyes were quite this light before compared to the rest of my face, but maybe. So I really like this one. If you like matte foundations, this has such a beautiful finish. I feel like I'm looking just blown out right now. Looks almost like velvety matte. Yeah, like velvet matte, that's the thing. Looks like a velvet matte finish, I would say. It's so smooth looking, which is especially rare, like I said, with matte foundations. I think I would really like this with the Smashbox primer water underneath, or something like the Estee Lauder Double Wear Nude mixed in, or even the CYO foundation. By the way, it doesn't have a scent. I didn't say that earlier. I didn't notice a scent when I was applying it. It's not fragranced or anything, so that is also a plus. I think it is a rare day, and I think we have a winner. I like this one. I'm excited about it. I'm excited to play around with it. So let me know down below if you've tried this foundation and what you think of it. But if you guys enjoyed this video and you enjoy Foundation Fridays, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye. And as I was looking out, and as I was